In every corporate earnings call, in every boardroom presentation, one word keeps popping up: efficiency. Companies are cutting costs, streamlining teams, and celebrating higher productivity per employee. Output is up, profits are stable, and automation is doing more of the work. On paper, it's a success story, but behind that success, something else is spreading: exhaustion, anxiety, quiet resignations, burnout. If we're supposedly more efficient than ever, why do so many people feel worse than ever at work? Maybe it's because efficiency, the word that built modern business, has quietly become an illusion. Let's start with what's actually happening. Over the past 2 years, productivity across major US industries has improved, thanks to AI, automation, and aggressive corporate restructuring. Many companies laid off workers, then used technology to maintain output with smaller teams. The result? Fewer employees doing more work, faster. Executives call it lean growth. Economists call it efficiency gains. But workers call it something else entirely: unsustainable. Because while data shows output per worker rising, it doesn't show what's being lost along the way: creativity, rest, and genuine engagement. In offices across America, the new normal looks like this: smaller teams juggling multiple roles, employees answering emails at midnight, and quiet performers constantly at risk of being labeled inefficient. Technology was supposed to make work easier. Instead, it's turned many jobs into an unending treadmill of optimization. And this obsession with efficiency has created a dangerous feedback loop. AI automates a task, managers raise expectations, workers produce more, the baseline shifts. Everyone has to work harder just to keep up. The gains become goals and the cycle never stops. We've built a culture where productivity is celebrated, but recovery is ignored. That's why burnout rates are now at their highest levels in years. A recent Gallup study found that nearly 60% of American workers feel stressed daily on the job, even as many report being high performers. They're efficient, but they're empty. And here's the irony: long-term burnout kills efficiency. Fatigued employees make more mistakes, collaborate less, and innovate slower. Creativity, the thing that actually drives long-term growth, withers in environments obsessed with short-term metrics. That's the real illusion. Efficiency looks powerful in spreadsheets, but it often hides fragility. The companies chasing maximum output per person are often the least adaptable when change comes. When the system depends on everyone running at 110%, there's no room for error, sickness, or slowdown. One hiccup, and everything collapses. So why do we keep chasing this illusion? Because efficiency has become the modern measure of worth, not just for companies, but for people. We equate busyness with importance. We value being constantly available, constantly producing, constantly optimizing. We wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. But the truth is, being constantly productive doesn't make us efficient. It makes us fragile. In the AI era, this obsession is only accelerating. With tools that promise to make us 10 times faster, many workers are quietly terrified of being replaced if they don't match machine-like speed. The pressure to prove relevance pushes them to overwork, overdeliver, and overlook their limits. The more efficient we become, the less human we feel. Meanwhile, companies mistake temporary boosts for sustainable change. They see output rise after layoffs and assume technology has made them leaner, not realizing they're burning through the people left behind. It's a dangerous misread. Because what looks efficient in the short term can hollow out a business in the long term. Employee engagement drops. Institutional knowledge fades. Turnover costs soar. And suddenly, the lean organization becomes an unstable one. Some forward-thinking leaders are starting to recognize this. They're rethinking what efficiency really means, not as a measure of speed, but as a balance of energy. A truly efficient company doesn't just produce more, it sustains more. It knows when to sprint and when to rest. It builds processes that prevent burnout instead of demanding endurance. These leaders are redesigning workflows around focus time instead of constant meetings. They're giving employees autonomy over when and how they work. They're using AI to eliminate busy work, not to extend working hours. And it's working. Studies show that teams given recovery time and creative freedom are not only happier, they're more productive over time. Sustainable output beats temporary surges. But to get there, businesses need to unlearn decades of conditioning. Efficiency has been the holy grail of capitalism since the Industrial Revolution, producing more with less. But humans aren't machines. Our output doesn't scale infinitely. Our value can't be measured only in speed or volume. If we keep chasing machine-like productivity, we'll end up building companies that look efficient but can't think, innovate, or adapt, because everyone's too exhausted to care. The future of work shouldn't be about pushing people harder. It should be about designing systems that make people better. That means redefining productivity altogether. Instead of asking, "How much did we do today?" we should ask, "Did what we do actually matter?" Because the problem with chasing efficiency is that it confuses activity with impact. We're filling calendars, hitting targets, and checking boxes, but often missing the point. That's why some of the most progressive organizations are introducing a new metric: meaningful productivity, measuring not just output but outcomes, creativity, learning, and sustainable growth. It's not about rejecting efficiency, it's about humanizing it. Because efficiency without empathy isn't innovation, it's extraction. So yes, output is rising. But so is burnout. The illusion is believing those two things can coexist forever. Eventually, something breaks. And when it does, companies will discover that real efficiency isn't about doing everything faster. It's about doing the right things, in the right way, at a pace people can live with. That's the only kind of efficiency that lasts.